Taurus.
Hello Taurus, this is your forecast here astrologically for February of 2016, and this month is going to be really beautiful for especially those of you who are looking for a career boost, because why? We have the new moon in your 10th house for career, and the new moon of course is always that time where we want to place our intentions, our roots, give it our focus. Why? Because not only is that going to boost it up here for February, but it will carry you through the rest of the year and until February of next year. So if you're looking to expand this area of your life, this is what you want to do. You have the new moon and the sun in your 10th house for career. So it's starting off pretty well here. That new moon will be on the 8th. So mark that on your calendar and make sure to put a little time aside to just think about what it is you want to achieve for those higher goals. And I know that you Taurians, you're very into wanting to secure your finances and income. This will be a great time here in February to look at those things, how you can grow your business, especially for those of you who are dealing with your own business. But even for those of you who are employed, this would be also a month where you can see that you can take that quantum leap if you open your eyes for those opportunities that are coming into your life. Then we have a Venus this month, which is love and romance. It's in your 9th house for higher conceptual thinking. It's higher consciousness. It's also wanting to think about those faraway places that you might want to come to visit, even if you can't do long distance traveling right here this month. I see many of you dreaming up a storm of what you want to do later on in the year when vacation time comes around. So you could secure that. Maybe you'll find a great deal at this time. But it's also the area of your chart where you are looking to research something in particular. And some of you might even be angling that towards your career, like preparing yourself, maybe taking on some course or workshop this month. And that, of course, will definitely be helping you down the road when Venus is going to move into that 10th house. But for now, February, this is a great time to prepare yourself. Mercury's there to support you as well. Mercury has everything to do with the written or spoken word. It's our linear communication. So if you're taking any tests this month, it should be good. And both of them are really now absorbing a lot of good energy from Pluto. Pluto is that planet that will transform your life, and it's working in that section of higher consciousness and justice. And spirituality, by all means, it has to do with how you see yourself in the overall larger picture. You might be hearing also, maybe receiving some news from afar. This could be good news, especially for those of you that are looking into printing or publishing or teaching. Some of you might be out and about lecturing. In that case, you will be very successful this month with all of that. Mars, though, Mars is our drive and our ambitions. This month, here in February, I see you focusing on your partner, giving more time, more attention, receiving more attention from your partner too. And not only is that good, which is beautiful that you can have set off more time for each other, but Mars is in the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is very deep, it's intimate, it's private, it's passionate, all of those things here. So for those of you in a relationship, this will be a beautiful relationship month. But if you're single, well, the energy's there for you too. So keep your eyes and ears open to see who you might just come to attract this month. And if so, and you're lucky to attract a new partner, well, then it's going to start off with Mars in Scorpio between the two of you, which will actually show that the attraction is going to be very sweet, very deep, very strong and intimate. Then let's look at the 5th house, because here you have the full moon, you have Jupiter, Taurus. The fifth house is the house of joy, the house of creativity, self-expression, having fun, allowing yourself to have fun. When we have the full moon, which here for you will be showing up on the 22nd, especially, that will be a time for you where you're going to feel that this area is going to illuminate for you in a full way. Now, in the sign of Virgo, Virgo is all about wanting to organize, reorganize. When I say too, it's because Jupiter is there in retrograde. So some of you might find yourself looking back now to the past, what you have been able to bring forward thus far. And then looking back at maybe some things that were lost along the road while you were too busy pushing ahead. Now you can go back and pick up those things and rework it. Now the fifth house has everything to do with love and romance. So it would be in that area that you'll be looking over your shoulder. It has to do with self-expression and creativity. So you might go back and find, what is it I wanted to do, never found time. This is why when we have retrogrades, all it does, it slows down time so we can implement more. So we want to be happy for retrogrades in our life. Some people don't like them, they fear them, and they think everything is going to come to a halt. Not so. It's just going to give you more space and time. And we want that, especially with Jupiter, because Jupiter is the giver of everything that is abundant. So new relationships or the relationships that you're in, creativity, self-expression. It's also the area of the businesses that you run and own, and also not to forget the most important, also your children. So there might be situations with children coming to the forefront here now that you can spend more time with them, rework, retweak, whatever needs to be done, and it will be good because Jupiter rules fairness. And so for that reason, I feel it's good. Plus, it's in the sign of Virgo, which allows us to really think through things, to analyze things, as long as we don't become over-analytical, because then sometimes we create problems for ourselves. But if you can take charge of it, think about Mars being so potent this month here with that Scorpion energy. If you hone your energies towards the goals that you set out to do, you can come to achieve very much so here in this area of those things we just mentioned. Mars is going to be powering that too. Then we have Saturn. Saturn still being in Sagittarius in your 8th house. Saturn wants to really secure. And so many of you Taurians may feel this influx, this extra need for security financially. So you may be looking at, how can you ground this? Will it be through your own input, the work that you do? That is a great thing. It could be between you and a partner, since the 8th house rules that, then that is a good thing. It's all about communication now and how you see each other to be able to balance those scales of what is fair, just, balanced, and so forth. And it's actually looking towards the long-term horizon. That's what Sagittarius does, and it's in that sign. It's looking ahead, not just to the short term, but in the long term. So you might just feel that Saturn may be able to ground things for you this month. Your hopes and dreams are there with Neptune in that 11th house. Some of you Taurians have started now for some time, especially here throughout this last year, seeing that there might have been a little bit of a change up in the area of friendships. Some of you have been attracting new people with new ways of thinking, with different ideologies. And this might have perhaps challenged you a little bit, especially if you are a very conventional type Taurian. You might see now that new people are coming in with more of a spiritual perspective. And I think little by little here, you are just opening up here too, thinking that there is more than what just meets the eye. Think about Neptune being higher consciousness. So you might be dealing with the other realms, not just the physical, practical, which your sun sign is all about, the 3D world, but you might be opening up more to the fourth, fifth dimensional ways of thinking and seeing life in the overall. So that's very exciting. But this is going to be with you for a long time, several years yet to come. So it's still just in its infancy, but I feel that the creativity that can come from this is going to open up new compartments in your own psyche. So we have a couple of eclipses. We have both solar and a lunar eclipse coming up next month there in March. I'll be doing a separate video on those two so you can come to see what they will bring about, because as we know about eclipses, it always opens up new doors, and it opens it up very quickly, because the eclipses have the power of either 3 full moons or 3 full suns. So we can expect quantum leaps in March, and as we open up to the new doors, new beginnings, it also will eclipse, meaning shut some doors to what has outgrown its pattern. So more about that later. Different video, so make sure to stay tuned for it. So you can subscribe, it will come to you, or just go to my YouTube site and you'll find it there. But then we have here, on the 3rd, we have Mars and Pluto. They are sextile. That's a very harmonious aspect. When they do the dance in the heavens, Mars being your drive, your passion, your goals, Pluto being that point of transformation, it is going to open up here a drive and a passion for you, and it will be between the 7th and the 9th house. So that's you, your partnerships, your relationships, anybody you work with one-on-one. You will see this being empowered. Also, to whomever you are speaking with or have connection with, who lives at a distant place, out of town, out of state, even out of country, any kind of those connections might really behoove you here on the 3rd to secure something. And when I say securing, it's also because on the 3rd we have Sun and Saturn, the same pattern. The Sun, though, being in your 10th house for career, Saturn being in the 8th house for money and shared resources. So we're looking at whatever takes place on the 3rd may up your drive, secure new avenues, financial avenues. It might even open up new career doors. You can negotiate really well up to the 5th. And the 5th is really powerful too, because we have Venus and Pluto now coming together, opening up. It's like the key in the door to those desires that you hold, where you see yourself growing and expanding, and especially in consciousness, but also in preparation for those things where you are, it's like creating a new foundation for where you're going to go later on here in March and April in your career. So pay attention to those first few days there of February. They're going to be super important and exciting. On the 6th, you might hear some feedback from what took place there, as the Sun will come in with good news from Uranus. That's unexpected, happy news, since it's a happy transit. We have Mercury too, which is the messenger. So you could have a phone call, you could have an email or a text from Jupiter, which is trine. So they're doing the happy dance here. And Jupiter is always very beneficial and very full of abundance towards you. So this is a great message to receive on the 6th, which will allow you and allow both Uranus and Venus, which are square, to actually split away from what you've been harboring, holding, waiting for, hoping for. So it's like it's building up all this energy of expectation. That expectation, it's like sticking a hole in the balloon. The 6th is perfect for that. So whatever you do here, I'd even like to say the last couple of days there in January, but that first week of February will bring it to you. Then we have on the 7th, you're all pumped, you're full of drive. I see that you, your partner are talking, sharing. And when I say partner, it could be your significant other, but it could also be somebody that you work with closely, one-on-one. I feel that this is a day where you can really punch through new levels, new agreements. There's joy and happiness, there's passion, There's a sense of laughter and feeling jovial. It's more like this big cosmic laugh coming in, and it's leading up to that new moon on the 8th. So the 7th is a beautiful day to really feel your unleashing. It's like, opening up the dam, allowing all that flow now to come out, and then leading up to that new moon on the 8th, which is in your 5th house for joy and happiness and romance and all that creative self-expression. So here at the end of that first week, February, you're looking really good. And if you listen to this towards the end of February, you will see how that has come true. When we hear it at the beginning of the month, we may not recognize it. Why? Because it hasn't happened yet. So we hear it here. Sometimes it comes in and goes out there, and it doesn't really sit with us. But when we listen to the videos at the end of the month, looking back, we'll sit there and we'll nod our head. It's like, yes, exactly. That's when it happened. So on the 10th, and throughout the rest of the month, it's a piece of cake. This is definitely here just a very happy, jovial time. Venus is on your side here, Taurus. Venus is your ruler. It rules love, it rules money and income, all the physical material things that we appreciate. And Venus is also the arts and so forth. Now, here on the 10th, you might acquire something new that you've been desiring for some time. Jupiter is going to be really generous with you. Bring this home, whether it is through a contract that you're going to secure or a document that has been important to you. Jupiter rules the courts and the law and so forth. Those of you who have been trying to settle a case, a court case, this would be a time for you to see that it's turning for the better. 13th, we have Mars now coming in with Jupiter. First we had Venus, now we have Mars. And so this is too bringing in all the higher benefits of Jupiter. And so I'm seeing that you're feeling it just couldn't be better. What a great time to socialize, be with your friends, be with your loved ones. For those of you looking to invest, it's a wonderful time to do so too. You could do really well by paying attention to the trends, the market and so forth, or changing up whatever insurance plans you have, for example, or even if you're wanting to refinance, you can really get some good deals here. And I know that you Tauruses, you love a good deal when you see one. On the 26th, Mercury, which is the messenger, where we hear news, unexpected news, but it's positive news. It is coming from Uranus. This is your 12th house, so something that's been working behind the veils or in your subconsciousness. Mercury now is bringing this out, and I'm feeling here for you, it could have to do with the goals that you are trying to attain. If you've done really well, done your homework, and taken action on all of these great transits here earlier in the month, well, the 26th might be a doorbell ringing for you. This is bringing you to the end of the month where we have Venus, your ruler, and Saturn, which is wanting to secure things. Now, what are we securing? Well, it has to do with royalties, commissions, monies that are owed to you, maybe deals that you've been trying to negotiate and land new contracts. And I say that because Venus is now in your 10th house for career. And so it's between your career and the monies that you can get. So maybe there's a raise, maybe there's a promotion, but you're ending the month on a high note. And you'll come to see when you look back through February just how beneficial this month has been here for you. So I'm really excited, about the eclipses next month, because that is definitely going to be a game changer for you, Taurus. So we'll get back to that, like I said, on separate videos, so be sure to look for them. But I would say, since all these transits are looking good in your solar chart here, you might want to go and listen to your moon and rising sign, because these very same transits are going to angle in on different areas in your moon chart or your rising chart, and you want to get the most out of it. So I will see you next month. Do listen to your tarot predictions if you haven't listened to them already for February because that gives you a whole different set of information as well. I'll see you next month here, Taurus. In the meanwhile, have a great and beautiful month. Bye now.